An African medallion, hip-hop connoisseur, and rolling 20 gripping. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends.
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Detroit Lions taking on the Washington Commanders.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines, encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Certainly not the start they were looking for offensively, coming off that loss last week on the road.
And they didn't do their job. They're going to feel poorly about that. But what they're going to do is look at the defense and say, can you pick us up here? And let's face it, defenses can score. We've seen it, right? They can take the ball away, create a big-time opportunity. Let's see if they can get that done.
Yeah, just something to jumpstart this home crowd. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his 2nd start in the NFL.
Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A run here for the rookie. It's Brian Robinson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The CD, as we look at this draft class, this offense received quite a bit of help this past April. It's a group very focused on this side of the ball, particularly when you look at those early picks.
Yeah, when you look at the top of the board, it's pretty clear they wanted an immediate impact player for their offense in the first round, and they got him. Beyond that, I like how they kept adding to that unit in the rounds that followed. Those other picks, they may not all be the same type of day-one difference makers, but coach them up, and they could make a difference down the road.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he shifts past him. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Steps away. Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. And it's caught. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Goff now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's right. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7. Goff now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. Now a first down throw. Goff. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From the red zone now, Goff. It's Williams on the catch. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Swift is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Back to Robinson now on first down. Taken down at the 42. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 137 yards.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. 17 yards on the fake punt, and that's going to be a first down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Back to throw again. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. John Bates from 6 yards away. And the Commanders have taken the lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, This is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you've just watched your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. There's Jamin Davis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, bringing the pressure that time.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you evolved. You know, you learned how to play it the Madden way.
He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Going right back to Dotson. He'll get it inside the 20. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability, and that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 1-yard touchdown pass, and the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Detroit's offense ready to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. Room here to run. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 33 and a first. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7 our score. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. There's Goff.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 34.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Goff. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Complete, it's Dotson.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Robinson up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. He will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
Back to throw here.
Hitting Samuel on the slant. Touchdown, Washington.
Curtis Samuel with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Sly on for the extra point.
He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
Week 2 underway around the NFL. And a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener. The 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat. A Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now it's gone. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. And some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. On 1st down, gone. And he fends him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Goff, throw left side to Reynolds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff.
Targets and finds Reynolds once more.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Hand off now to Robinson. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They run the jet sweep. Dotson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Straight ahead, Gibson. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 10 yards there. Good for a Washington first down. He'll drop to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll set up to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early, so now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball, definitely coming from his head coach.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there, and boy, it was pretty.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the rout is on here in this first half.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
23 yards the pickup there. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball. And unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
On 2nd down, Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. To throw is gone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
He'll look to throw.
Got an open man, finds Gibson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
There's McLaurin. What a catch. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. That's good for 28 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now gone. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Goff on first down. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. From the 45 on 2nd down, Goff. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Panthers who are out in front. Sam Darnold with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run with Gibson. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. On the give, here's Robinson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. That one caught by the tight end Bates. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin from 13 yards out. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So, Charles, they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive, impressive performance.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now Goff on 1st down. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Goff now looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball. His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Now Goff. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
Been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the 3rd quarter. And they're going to speed things up here. On play action, they'll throw out to his left. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. On the run, it's Robinson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
On 2nd down, Swift fights through him. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Gone. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll look to throw here.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Goff a handoff here to Swift.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Goff off the bootleg.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Swift is in for a Lions touchdown.
Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's Goff. And his throw is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4, still 3 yards short. 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Back to throw now in his own end zone.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. Thomas has got it, complete.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And quickly they get to the line.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll try and throw for it here. Off to Thomas on the left side. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down and an exhale there as they convert on fourth. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
120 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Robinson with another carry. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big first down on the fake punt. What a call. 16 yards. Back to throw here. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Robinson up the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy that...
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. But, Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. So out now come the Lions. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. On first down, it's gone. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. But at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
And I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Now, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Commanders are on their way to a 2-0 start. Slide for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And the rookie Brian Robinson finished things off with a touchdown run.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Now it's gone.
Finds his target. It's Swift along the sideline.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Goff now to throw.
Slant pass. He's got Reynolds. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42.
Again, Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. From the 35 on second down, Goff. And he spins past him and into space. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19. From the red zone now, Goff. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. To throw is Goff. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Badgley able to knock this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got his target, Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And he's got it to about the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Here we go on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. One last throw here for Goff. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
So a victory here for the Commanders.
And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Commanders,
it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.